Hello everybody, welcome to JLABTV. I'm JLAB and this is Football Manager 2016 and the unemployment challenge is underway as I go into my 4th season of management and my first season with Macclesfield, and what a way to start off the season. Not a bad start to the season at all, is it? With 6-0 being the scoreline. We were only 3-0 up at half time as well. The first goal was a bit fortuitous, I think, but it was a shot from right head, it hit the bar, hit Wilson and ended up in the back of the net, so you could say the keeper's unfortunate to have conceded that one, but that doesn't mean that we weren't able to go ahead and get a second goal. And this is a good goal from Murphy. He's taken it on first time and it just looks really good. His first of the season. They claim there's a suspicion of offside, but I don't think there was. It was a very good goal to give us the 2-goal lead. Then Leonardo da Silva Lopez was the person who got his first goal of the season and our third of the game. On his debut he gets a goal against his former club as well apparently. I didn't realise that was the case until just now, which is saying a lot. But second half, and it's already 3-0 up, we couldn't possibly make it worse, could we? Yes we can! Murphy's given too much time and space, he gets a shot in and he scores his second of the game. And it's a very good goal as well. But then he goes ahead and gets his hat-trick in the hour. On the hour mark he gets his hat-trick and it's just a very easy game for us so far. 5-0 inside an hour. I couldn't say I was expecting to see this happen when I started the game. But then to make things even worse for Halifax, we go ahead and get a 6th goal. With Bailey Jones getting the 6th goal with his first of the season. It's one of my best, it's probably the best ever display I've ever had in a Football Manager series to date, let alone in this season. I don't think I've ever had such an outstanding performance from my team. In a league game where you expected it to be a bit evenly matched. Benfica I might have done that with, yes, but this is a team you'd expect to be struggling against us, or getting something against us in. But we had a game against Braintree next, and we didn't do ourselves justice in this game, even if we took the lead inside 3 minutes. Bailey Jones getting his second of the season and 2 in 2 matches. It was the start we were looking for in order to improve and to continue our good form. But Braintree were able to equalise. They were giving us trouble and we really should have taken notice of this situation. Bemitov couldn't keep it out and Candy scored in his first ever goal for Braintree to give them an equaliser. And then this happened. We went behind. Not really happy about this, to be completely honest with you. Lindley gets it in, but Forte ended up putting it at the back of his own net. I was disappointed. But we did get ourselves back into this game. Kenny Davis ended up getting himself sent off for a second yellow card, and within minutes we found ourselves getting a penalty. Ryan Carroll stepping up to take it, and he ended up scoring it to make it 2-2 and to give us a share of the points. It was perhaps our most fortuitous game to date. Our next game was against Edsfleet, and again we found ourselves going behind rather annoyingly. Hayes not being challenged in the air and was given a very open goal. Bemitov was in a very bad situation. Positioning needs to be improved here. But admittedly, we had missed a penalty in the 6th minute, which meant we could have actually taken the lead in this match. Only for Joe Williams to have missed it inside the 6th minute. But we did come back from this, and with Sampson coming on for an injured Murphy, he got the opening goal for us in this game with his first of the season to give us an equaliser. We then ended up taking the lead ourselves for the very first time in this match, when Summerfield did that. Question marks how that got in, to be honest with you, but I don't care. But then Theo Bailey Jones scored his 3rd of the season and 3 in 3 matches to give us all 3 points. I wasn't going to complain. I was just happy to have gotten the win. Our next game was against Morecambe Town, a side that I honestly at one point considered going to manage, but we took the lead inside the 23rd minute with Murphy getting his 3rd his 50th goal of the season and giving us a good start. And he made it 2-0 with his 5th of the season and 2nd of the game. It's just before half time. It was an easy goal to have scored, but we didn't make it easy for ourselves, with Robin Dean able to get himself on the score sheet in the 56th minute of the match. I was disappointed. We should have done better than this, and we just let them in when we shouldn't have done. But then they managed to get themselves an equaliser in the 61st minute, and really we should have kept them out, but we didn't, and we paid the price. However, we found ourselves getting a penalty. Miliband had been given a word of warning. He booked him, but then Murphy got sent off as well for arguing with the referee, even though he was already a second on yellow card himself. And for the resulting penalty that saw them go down to 10 men, Murphy completed his hat-trick, and I was very happy that he did. Well done, Murphy. In the last game of the month against Hempstead, a title I've had previously managed in the past in Football Manager, Leonardo da Silva Lopez gave us the lead inside the 22nd minute to give us a very good start. But then Bailey Jones managed to get his 4th of the season and make it 2-0 for us. And I was thinking, well, we could potentially run away with this at this rate if we do this or scoreline again. And we found ourselves getting a penalty, and none other than Murphy went up to take it and scored to make it 3-0 with his 7th of the season, which is rather impressive when you're taking the fact he's only actually scored 12 goals for his best season so far. Unfortunately, things didn't become easy. We ended up giving away a goal rather stupidly, thanks to that Scrollmouth scramble. Blackwood getting his first goal of the season, before Mo Sharaf found himself making it 3-2. Question marks how we ended up getting to the ball, but question marks will always be asked from me when we consider the goal. That was the last goal we got, and they couldn't get a third, much to my relief. However, we ended up having to sell one of our players, Omar Forte, to Huddersfield Town for £500,000. And considering that he was wanting to leave and he was our best player, I was disappointed to have let him go, but to have gotten £500,000 for him, I was rather delighted, it has to be said. Though admittedly players were upset I let him go, so I brought in Liam Slade to compensate for that. Not as good as the man we let go, but we only spent 23 grand on him. So admittedly it was probably best that we did get a replacement, just to make sure we had some solid backup in the back, in the central defence. Ryan Hill was also the other player who came in. He's a winger on the left hand side, so if Bailey Jones ends up messing up, we could potentially get another player in to give him competition. But that's all we have time for today. The season has done quite well. What the hell's happened to Reece Murphy's face there? Okay, well, apparently some players are having some issues there with their face. I'm not sure what the graphics are doing, but we're having a very good start so far, with a very good 17 goals in the first 5 matches and 13 points so far. Our defence isn't as good as Lowestoft's when I was in charge of them, but I've changed my formation to get more goals, so admittedly it's probably for the best that this has become the case. Hopefully we will be able to get ourselves into the top half of the table, and if not that, potentially go ahead and try and get a playoff position. If we don't, then we don't. It's not a problem. But with our goal scoring exploits so far, the season was 17 inside 5 matches. I'm not against having a good start. But anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Hope you can favourite this video, really helped me a lot. It looks like a very good start, but things can change very, very quickly, considering I haven't played a lot of these teams so far. But anyway, until next time, goodbye and, well, good night.